our way.
Kevin, what attracted you about the Bears and what they're building?
Well, first and foremost, it's a blessing to be here. I'm going on year 9 in this league. Uh, to be playing this long, or to even get to this year 9 is been a huge blessing. Something I've dreamed about as a kid. But for the Bears specifically, um, this defense, I really like what Coach Matt is building here. Just as a team, there's a lot of things to be excited about. But like I said, this defense has a lot of great pieces here for sure, especially in the secondary. Obviously, just signed Jalen to a big extension. I really think highly of him. He's a really great player. And obviously, getting with Brisker, Jaquan, I think he's a really good extended player as well. But obviously, a lot of pieces from Kyler Gordon, and obviously Tyreek Stevenson was a rookie last year, so like was doing the secondary, and obviously you got Montez Sweat, uh, who obviously brought in as a trade. Actually, Montez went to my rival high school, Stevenson High School down in Georgia. So, like I said, a lot of great pieces, and obviously two really good linebackers. So excited about this defense, and just excited about the prospect of what we can build in this team, and the challenge of obviously trying to knock Detroit off the high horse.
When you sat down to look at this defensive backfield, how much did you know already, and how much did you need to learn? And you mentioned a couple of these guys by names. What do you think of their game?
Well, first and foremost, I watch a ton of film, obviously. So probably like the second half of the year last season, I was just kind of, obviously stuff like that was popping up on film, how well those guys were playing. But like I said, I mean, I know a lot of these guys. Obviously, I've been watching Brisker and Jalen Johnson, and obviously Kyler Gordon, the slot. He's a twitchy guy too. He's really good. And Tyree Stevenson was a rookie last year, so I think he played pretty good as well too. So that's like I said, just kind of watching them on film and kind of just seeing the guys they had. Now, obviously, I feel like it could be a really good piece to kind of add into the secondary from a leadership perspective for sure.
The vision that Coach Eberflus shared with you about what he wants that defensive backfield to do this year.
Well, to be successful, I mean, to be great. I think that's uh, with anybody on this team. You want to come in and play well, and obviously for myself, come in and be a playmaker that I've always been in my whole entire career. And obviously, come in just be myself. Obviously, I'm going to be one of the elder statesmen on the back end. So, like I said, just that leadership perspective, coming in, doing everything the right way, and leading by example, but also vocally as well. So, I'm excited for sure.
Are you motivated by, you talk about being an elder statesman, are you motivated by trying to show that you can still run with those guys at 30?
Nah, not at all. I'm not motivated.
And things like that?
Yeah, I mean, nah, I wouldn't say that's a motivation. I find motivation every single year, but my motivation for me is just continue to do what I've been doing in my career. Not necessarily worry about age or nothing like that. Um, I think my film proved that I can still run. I can still do all those good things. So, like I said, I'm excited about the prospect of being one of the. I've been a vet for a while in the league now, but I'm just excited about the younger guys and things that I've obviously seen on film, but continue to be a resource. You know what I'm saying? I think at this point, uh, it's all about service. You know what I'm saying? Servicing his team, servicing his community, but obviously servicing these guys in the locker room as much as I can.
You got to see this defense up close during your time in Tennessee. What appeals to you about the fit in a Matt Eberflus defense for you?
Yeah, like I said, I played against Matt. He was in Indianapolis for a while, so I obviously played against him. But like I said, just in his defense period, I just see a hungry defense. I see guys that want to be successful. I see guys having fun, playing together, making plays, and you want to be a part of something like that. So that's what kind of is very exciting for me. And like I said, just having a lot of pieces already kind of in place on this defense, I could just come in and do what I need to do to help this team and help this defense, take it to the next level.
What's been the key for your health? I mean, to go 9 years and not have major injuries, especially at a position that's so physical. How have you been able to do that?
First and foremost, I've been blessed. This game, Mike Vrabel's always had this quote he'd tell the team, like, it's 100% guaranteed injury rate. At some point you're going to get either injured, hurt, banged up, whatever it may be. But I've been blessed. I think I take body maintenance and just my career very seriously when it comes to off the field recovery, nutrition, doing all those things. And I think that that's something that not necessarily that I can bring to the team or bring to the guys, but just watching me and how I take care of my body and things like that. they say availability is your best ability, and so that's been definitely one of my best abilities for sure.
How do you want to be a leader when you come into a new team? You talk about being a resource for the younger guys. What tangible things, what do you usually do to become a leader, especially with a new group of guys?
Well, the first thing I always try to do with any group of guys is first earn their respect. And I think one of the best ways you earn their respect is uh, by showing up every single day, working extremely hard, studying in the classroom, uh, practicing. I've never missed practice before in my career, other than for the birth of my children. But being available, being there, being a good resource. And I think once you earn their respect, you can kind of gain that, not leverage, but you kind of gain just that respect of the guys. So then you can actually vocally, you kind of have a little bit of clout with the guys, I would say. So that's the first thing I want to do: earn the respect of my teammates, my coaches, everybody in the building, to let guys know that how much I really care and how much this thing means to me. And I think that's just one of the few ways that you start off by being a leader, is by earning guys' respect.
So you've never missed an NFL practice due to injury?
Correct. Never.
You mentioned you watched.
I mean, I wanted to have some vet days off and nothing like that, but hasn't materialized just yet. But
You keep that going, yeah. You mentioned that Coach Eberflus's defense from your time in Tennessee and from watching film. What do you make of him as a play caller? It's something he took over here last year, and the defense seemed to turn around pretty good.
Well, I don't know yet. Obviously, I haven't been in the huddle or nothing like that. I don't know the calls. I haven't went over no football stuff just yet. But football is football. Defense is only so many ways you can run cover 3, cover 2, cover 4, whatever it may be. So I'm excited, obviously, to get into the film room and get into the playbook and kind of see how they do things differently here. A lot of it's probably just going to be mostly terminology. I played a lot of defenses, so and usually when I can get with a coordinator for a little bit, I can kind of start to anticipate what type of calls he's going to make. So I want to be able to be that second coach on the field, and being that communicator on the back end.
Kevin, you mentioned a lot of the names on this defense and the direction you see this team going in. At what point did you really kind of inform yourself on the guys in this group and kind of the direction of this team, and how do you view that moving forward, like what this team can really be?
I mean, I think that's something that we're going to build during OTAs and build during training camp, our identity. Because I think every single year that you're in this league, every single year you have to reestablish yourself. I know these guys were coming off of the second half of the year. They was playing pretty good, but I think you always have to try to reset the clock and reset everything and go out there and go earn it. You know what I mean? Like I said, I think we have the pieces, but it's all about putting it together. Last year's success doesn't dictate this year's success at all. So, like I said, I'm excited about the guys that we do have, but at the end of the day, we got to go out there and put the work in and come together and bond together. And like I said, I think if we have the pieces, so it's all about putting the work in.
Kevin, when discussions between you and the Bears started, did the uncertainty at the quarterback position make you hesitant at all with coming to Chicago, or is that even a fact?
No, not at all. My responsibility is be the best safety that I can possibly be for this organization, and that's what I do, and that's what I'm going to do. I don't make those decisions. Obviously, they don't pay me enough, and I'm not high enough in the organization to even be a part of those discussions. So those type of things don't matter, in my opinion. I think I've been in this league long enough to know that if you got a good guy behind center, we can do some great things. And I think no matter what decision that they make as an organization, I think it'd be the right one.
Kevin, you're a two-time All-Pro, two-time Pro Bowler. But you got traded. Obviously, the Eagles made a decision to move on. How does that kind of fuel your fire to show that that was a mistake? You still are at the top of your game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I've never been in the business of trying to prove anybody wrong. I've always been in the business of proving myself right. Just over my entire career, I've always been, rather if it was underrated or anything like that, I just always, like I said, I just try to prove myself right. I know what type of player that I am. I know what type of player I've been my entire career, and I will seek to prove myself right again. I've been working my behind off already this off season. So like I said, I'm excited to come in and be that piece for this defense, and display my ball hawking skills and things like that. I'm sure with the pieces that we have, it'll be on show for real.
Kevin, you get released earlier this month, and then I think it was 9 days later you're signing. What was it like exploring your options at that point? Did you get a sense of how many teams were really looking at you, and what made you want to get this done in the fast manner you did?
Yeah, I mean, it was new for me for sure. Never been a free agent before. I wouldn't say it was like nerve-wracking or anything like that. Obviously, I knew I would bounce on my feet pretty quickly. But like I said, when I obviously got the call from my agent about the Bears and things like that, it was exciting for me. It was an exciting prospect. Obviously, already knowing the team, kind of going down the roster and the pieces that we have, I'm always up for a really good challenge. And I think just with this division and the team that they have, the young guys and just the energy around here, I think it's gonna be an exciting time this year. So I'm excited to be a part of it.
Go from all those years in Tennessee and then get traded mid-season and start 10 games. Like, what went into that? Because that seems like that doesn't seem like a pretty easy thing to pick up a brand new defense and be a factor right away.
Yeah, it was a whirlwind for sure. Because I think we had just got back from London. I got traded like on a Monday or something like that. It was a whirlwind. I'm not oblivious to the fact that guys change teams all the time in this league. But for me, obviously being somewhere for so long, I'm a big routine, regimen-based guy, and so kind of all that getting thrown off uh, and going up to Philly. But I mean, being a professional football player, it's our job to make the hard look easy. Nobody cares if you got traded midway through the year. Just kind of what we had to deal with as a team. But I definitely think that I did as best as I could with the situation. Uh, Obviously, never missed a practice, never missed a game there either. Did everything I possibly could to be a piece on that defense. It just didn't work out, and sometimes that's just like. But like I said, I think I played pretty well. On the as far as what the circumstances was there.
Kevin, you mentioned Jaquan. Have you reached out to him, and how do you envision your pairing together?
Yeah, well, a few guys on defense already reached out, and I know a couple guys on the team. I played with Blasingame in Tennessee, Nate Davis, DeMarcus Walker too. But he reached out, and I think we'll get together sometime this offseason, train a little bit to kind of start that bonding process early. So, like I said, I'm excited. I played with a guy in Tennessee, Kenny Vaccaro, who was a really good safety for us. I kind of see that. See a lot of him, in both of those guys. He's a really good player, guy that likes to talk and guys like to hit. So love playing with a guy like that.
Thank you. Thanks, Kevin. Welcome.